What's up, guys? This is Zepton Tech, and this is the iPhone 7 in 2020. First, let's get started with the specifications of the iPhone. First, it is a 4.7-inch display. It is jet black and 128 gigabytes. Has one 12-megapixel camera on the back, and runs the newest iOS 13 version and will run iOS 14 in the future. Let's talk about the A10 Fusion chip that comes with the phone. It is the same chip that you see on the brand new iPads, and it is very fast and fluid. I found no problems using this phone even in 2020. As you could see, I'm going to do a little bit of a speed test, but we're going to see how fast the iPhone opens and closes these apps. Let's start with calendar. Very quick. Camera. Let's go to the App Store. See, it only takes a couple seconds and is about as fast as any new iPhone, which I really like. So you could see that it is really quick. So if you're going to buy this iPhone, especially because of the speed, you won't be worried about it. The downside of this, though, is the battery performance. Coming only with an 1800 milliamp hour battery, it gets mediocre performance. This only lasts about 2 hours from a full charge, but it used to last about around 4 to 5 hours when we first had this phone. It has held up pretty well, especially using the Touch ID, which I do prefer because it is very quick and easy to use. You can have your phone on the table and you do not have to stretch your head over to use Touch ID. You just put your finger on the home button and it unlocks straight away, which I think Face ID needs to do. Another thing about the iPhone is that it doesn't have a headphone jack. This is the first iPhone to not include a headphone jack. I think that nowadays it's less big of a deal because most people do have Bluetooth earbuds. So if you want an older phone and want a headphone jack, I would recommend getting like the 6S Plus. Now, using a phone this size in 2020 is very different. I actually quite like switching back to the older form factor where I can put my thumb to the edges of the screen without having to, move the phone around to fit. Coming from a 6.7-inch phone to a 4.7-inch phone, what is a big deal to me, but I do kind of would like this if you want to go out or go to the beach. It's very nice to have a small phone, not something super big, and it can fit in the pocket quite easily. So if you're worried about form factor and you want a smaller phone, this is perfect. Recently, Apple released the iPhone SE. This phone looks exactly the same as this one. It comes around $400, while you can get this phone at like Facebook Marketplace for half of the price. So if you're tight on a budget, the iPhone 7 delivers very good performance. Now you may think, oh, why not the iPhone 6S? Well, this phone feels more than twice as fast than the iPhone 6S. So in terms of longevity, this phone is the best option. And it will get iOS updates for longer than the iPhone 6S. Now, talking about the durability of this phone, it is a glass, aluminum, and metal design. Now, I have the jet black version, so the back looks like it's glass, but it is actually metal. That one downside of this, though, is it scratches very easily, but this is a limited edition iPhone, so you pick and choose your battles, I guess, when you want to choose one. Do you want one that has a nicer aesthetic or one that is stronger? But you could see this phone was kept in a case and screen protector since it was bought, and it hasn't had one scratch or dent or anything to it. So it's not very weak. Coming to the speakers, it is a dual speaker setup, and I think it is necessary for a phone to have dual speakers nowadays. Talking about Samsung phones like the Galaxy A51, which is going around for $280 on Amazon and $400 unlocked retail price in the US, it doesn't have a stereo speaker setup. just only has one tinny speaker on the bottom of the phone. So it's nice to see that these older phones do have stereo speakers when it comes to Apple. Now, one final thing about this phone is the camera. It is 12 megapixels, and the iPhones now still have 12 megapixel cameras. So you're gonna get the same high quality photos as always. Now, it does lack a ultra wide and telephoto lens, so you do have to use digital zoom if you want to zoom into something, but I do not see that as a problem with this phone. Oh, nice to mention, but perks of using an iOS device is you do get iMessage, which is a feature where you get the good quality text and the good quality photos and the gaming just in your text messages when you text other iPhones. And if you do have the Apple ecosystem, when you have an iPad, an iMac, an Apple Watch, they all work seamlessly and they talk to each other. And if you're going from one device to another, it's really seamless. And these phones are really nice when you get AirPods with them too. So I would say the iPhone 7 holds up perfect in 2020. If you can get one with a good battery health, I think it is a great buy. Other than that, I think you should wait until you find an iPhone 7 that has a good battery health on it. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and comment to see more videos like this. And as always, peace out.